Military Mom Talk Radio. We know behind every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine is the family supporting them. Now, here are your hosts.
Hey everybody, this is Sandra, Beck, and Linda Kreter, and we're going to talk about choosing happiness today. Now we've got this super cool roundtable of Rachel Norton, Lindsay Wheeler, and Nikki Santillano, and we're going to talk about the choices we make as women to be happy. If you want to learn about our Bronze Star winner and our boutique owners, and we get to see the inside of LuLaRoe. If you look behind Nikki's screen, you'll see a big yellow wall, and you can see the dresses, the mannequins. I call them dress dummies. I'm just the dummy, but the mannequins in the background, because it's really important. I think, you guys, this is a collaborative effort. You know, you've got two radio hosts on here, you've got a public relations specialist for LuLaRoe, and then you've got two people who LuLaRoe has changed their lives. We all make choices. You know, when I got divorced and I flushed out of Beverly Hills real estate and I moved to the country back to my roots, I made a lot of choices for my own happiness. I chose to divorce my husband to give my boys the lifestyle that I wanted. I wanted them to be in peace. I didn't want them to be raised with parents who fought all the time. And since we couldn't get it together, that was, you know, the only option that I could do. But I had to make these choices. Some were hard, some were easy. I got to tell you, aligning with LuLaRoe is pretty easy because you feel so good. So I'm going to go to Rachel Norton first. I'm going to ask you, what are some of the choices you made in your life, and why did you make them, and why is LuLaRoe such a big part of your choosing happiness?
Well, LuLaRoe would be considered a scary choice for me when I first made it. You know, you try not to make all these life-changing choices at pivotal moments in your life, like going through divorce. So let me just join this business and start a business, like while I'm like mid-divorce and mid trying to transition out of the army. Like, let's just throw another big like if on the ship. But I knew what my end goal. I always have, no matter what I'm doing in life, I know what my end goal is. I knew that I wanted to transition out of the military because it was time. I knew that I wanted to go back to school. I knew that I wanted to be able to care for myself and provide for myself and not have to rely on others. And so the choices that I make revolve around that. And so I knew that this was it. This was going to be the thing for me. And it was a choice that I made, you know, just like you made the decision to go through your divorce because it was what was best for your boys. I knew that this decision for me was going to be what was going to be best in the long run. And you know, the happiness that flowed from that, the women, the clothing, the interacting with customers, the embracing myself and reclaiming my identity, all those things that came from it have been monumental in becoming the woman that I am right now and the woman that I'm still going to be, you know, moving forward. You know, we all make choices for all different kinds of reasons. You know, I made a choice to have 2 cookies for breakfast this morning, but, you know, those were happy choices.
Good job.
You know, like those are just part of what makes us who we are. And there's hard choices, there's easy choices, there's you know, choices you have to think about for long periods of time, but it all comes into shaping who you are.
Love that. Lindsay, what about you?
Well, when I think about the choices in my life, I really think that the 2 big choices that I've made, and I know have made a huge difference in my life, marrying my husband. He is my very best friend. He supports me. I know that I could not do what I do right now and be the person that I am without his support. And so I'm so grateful that I married that hunky guy from North Carolina because we are a heck of a team. And the second choice was joining LuLaRoe. It came into my life at a time that I wasn't looking for anything, but I really believe that God opens those doors and you got to seize those opportunities. And so I took this opportunity, even though I had everything stacked against me. We were a new military family in a new area. We just moved to Seattle from the East Coast. I didn't have a family member within 5 hours to help with 2 little kids. And I didn't know anyone in my area. We lived off base. And I was really sort of in my bubble. I was isolated with these 2 little kids just trying to swim, right? Keep your head above water. But LuLaRoe came and I just had this feeling that I needed to do this. About that time, Seth was getting ready to deploy, and I realized that I had a choice. I could quit and not do this business anymore, or I could put my energy and my worry and my focus into something that was positive for my family and have something to show for it at the end of this 11-month deployment. Or I could sit here and worry myself to death and wait for somebody to knock on my door, or wait for bad news, which is the worst place to be in. It's a feeling that you don't want anyone else to feel, but it's something that I think only a military wife can relate to, is worrying about that knock on the door, worrying about what that phone call means, worrying that you haven't heard from them in 7 days. And that was Seth's job. You know, he was always in harm's way as a Green Beret. And so there were times I wouldn't hear from him for 2 weeks. And as a news reporter, I would just watch the news and was just waiting for someone to tell me bad news. LuLaRoe gave me this outlet to focus all that energy. When kids went to bed at 8 o'clock and my house was quiet and I was sad and worried, I could focus that energy on somebody else, serving someone else, helping someone else feel beautiful, connecting with a new friend. It gave me an outlet that I know not only saved me, but it helped me be a better wife to my husband. It helped me be a better mom while he was gone. And then when he came home, it was the most incredible thing to say, "We are so glad that you're home safe. We cannot wait to make up for lost time. But look at what I built. Look at what we have to show for that time." And that choice, I know, has set our family on a path that now has my husband retired. He's home every single day to get our kids off the bus, to be the dad, to coach the baseball team. He's here. And that's a gift that I could never repay LuLaRoe for, is that gift of my husband being here with our kids.
Well, and those choices that we talk about making, you know, you talked about, you know, not hearing from your husband or living in anxiety and fear. We've got police and fire, first responders, but we also have moms that are getting divorced, and for the first time, their kids are going to be over at their dad's. And I know that was a very, very difficult transition for me. When my kids got to elementary school, they started doing overnights with their dad and weekends. And I didn't know what to do. I had been a full-time working mom. And so having something like LuLaRoe to fill those empty moments can take something that's really painful and tragic and difficult and turn it into something positive and powerful. I'm going to go to Linda Kreter. Linda, let's talk about some of these challenges that we have and how can we choose happiness? Oh, I don't think we can hear Linda right now. We're going to go to Nikki Santillano. Now, you chose LuLaRoe for your career.
I did. It was actually a little interesting. I went to fashion school out in Los Angeles with the creative director here of our branding. Her name is Nicola. And I remember going to we literally took every class together, and we kind of felt like we lost contact for a couple of years. She got married, you know, and I was just trying to focus on myself. And finally she ended up just like messaging me. She's like, "Hey, I have this really great opportunity that you'd be so grateful for communications." And I was just like, okay, like I'll check it out. And at the time I was working in the high-end fashion realm of things, and that was essentially where I wanted to gear my career towards. But as I kind of started to see, like, for me as a person, the values of that part isn't necessarily what I believe in. And then I ended up coming to my interview. I was tossing and turning the night before, like, am I really going to do this? Is this really what I want to do? Like, completely opposite side of the spectrum of where I wanted to live. And so it was a big decision. And finally I came to the interview. I was like, why not? Let me just check it out. I go and I walked out and I was like, God, I need this job. I need this job so bad. This is so great. Like, I met everybody that same day, and then 2 weeks later I got the call and now I'm here.
Well, and I think, you know, as little girls growing up, like, I always loved fashion. I always loved clothes. And I grew up in New York State, so everything was driven by the New York fashion industry. And I'd see the hats and the runway, you know, the whole thing. But then I would look around in my community and, like, first of all, nobody was wearing that stuff. Second of all, you're not going to go, like, I grew up in a rural farming community, so you're not going to go to church and those things. You're not going to go, like, you know, hoe the garden and those things. So, you know, it was fun for me to see something that had style and flair and zing and personality, because all I was used to, and this is no disrespect, but like everybody shopped at, Walmart and JCPenney. And if you had prom, there's 9 girls at prom that had your same dress.
Right.
So, you know, the opportunities we have today are so different. And I'm going to go to Rachel. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about when you transitioned out of the Army, how fun was it to go from wearing digis and fatigues to like everything under the sun? Was it overwhelming or was it fun?
It was a little overwhelming at first. You find that you have a closet full of clothes, but you wear the same things over and over and over again. And then I found that as I was part of LuLaRoe, I was wearing the same LuLaRoe over and over and over again. And all these other clothes that I had acquired over the years just sat there and kind of got a little dusty. And I finally just had to clear them out because I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to feel good about myself. And I had a lot of clothes I had acquired. I didn't realize I had acquired that many clothes over the years because I think while being in Korea and deployed, I would online shop just to fill gaps of time, and things would arrive and then and I never wore them. But the things that got washed over and over, that got pulled directly from the dryer onto my body, were the pieces of LuLaRoe that I loved. And, you know, so then you just know, well, I know that I love a Carly. And so I can find any Carly in any color, in any print, in any pattern, because I know I love the way it feels on my body. And I can buy that, and it will be something that I will wear over and over and over again. Or, you know, a pair of leggings. Or we released these Jack's jogger pants for our American Dreams collection. And let me tell you, those things have not left my body. Like, anytime I'm not at school, like, I come home and I'm like, I'm just going to put these comfy sweatpants things on and go study. So, you know, just the joy in finding these styles that you're attracted to. And at first it's overwhelming. There's prints and colors that I've just never worn. I was just like you, Sandra. I wore black. I wore gray. I wore 25 other shades of gray and white occasionally when I was like not afraid I was going to get sauce all down the front of my shirt, you know, and that was it. Like, that's my whole closet. And now it's filled with all these colors. And granted, now I have to put on another uniform, a pair of scrubs every other day. I still get so excited to take it off as soon as I get home and put something else on, because you would think I would want to stay in my scrubs, but no, those Jack's joggers, those got to go on first thing.
Oh, we'll have to get a pair. So Lindsay, tell me a little bit about your favorite comfies. Like, for me, the LuLaRoe neckline on these shirts, first of all, it's a finished hem, but it's the right length. Like, you know, you don't realize necklines, some of them cut me in the neck, you know, I'm tall, or some of them are like, you know, we don't want the girls on display. So, you know, finding something that's the right cut and fit is really vital. Go ahead, Lindsay.
It is. And I think it's so hard, like you said, to find something that is modest without being too covered up, that is going to fit a wide range of people. And I don't know of any other brand that serves people of all shapes and sizes, all tastes, all needs, like LuLaRoe does. I encourage people to come and try everything on. It is like grown-up dress up. We come in, we have fun, we try on all the different styles because there is something for everyone. That's what a LuLaRoe event is like. It is ladies supporting each other, walking out of dressing rooms or out of a bathroom at someone's house and so excited about what they put on. And it's pushing you just a little bit outside your comfort zone, which I love. I was like you. I had lots of black. If I love something, I bought it in black because, oh gosh, that's slimming, and I will wear that the most. And then my closet was boring and it was uninspired to get up every day and get dressed. LuLaRoe it's like Technicolor now, because I open my closet and I'm excited. I just can't decide which thing to wear because it does put a smile on your face, and it opened up the possibilities of what I could wear. You know, we're told, well, you can't wear stripes. That makes you look heavy. Heck no. Yes, you can wear stripes, and I'm going to show you how. But LuLaRoe has opened up my mind to what I can wear, and that's then allowed me to help other women too. Put on an amazing shirt with daisies on it and a yellow trim around the collar because you look incredible in it and your face lights up. So giving people permission to love these clothes and walk out a little bit taller with their shoulders back, feeling good about themselves, that's what I love about this job. I want women to see how incredible and beautiful they are. And yes, this may just be a dress, but if it helps you get there, that's truly, truly an incredible gift that we can give women.
Well, in beauty, let's be honest, like, we're all different women, look at us. I mean, we've got brunettes, we've got long hair, medium hair, reddish hair, look at our different eye colors, look at so what is beauty? To me, when a woman puts something on, like to me, when I put on my happy shirt, I become happy. Like it helps me be my best and do my best. And when you put on something where you feel beautiful, like there is just no more beautiful woman in the world than someone who feels beautiful. Linda, do we have you back?
We do. And I think one of the most wonderful parts of LuLaRoe when you and I opened our boxes was the fabric feels so delicious on your body. It is comfortable. It is attractive. There was a variety of things, as all of you have already said. And it's self-care. Life can humble you. And we've all had those moments. But when you put on something, as you said, it makes you feel confident. It makes you happy. It changes your mood. But to me, I love the feel of the fabric. It is just scrumptious. And once you have that on, you're really not satisfied with anything else because it feels tremendously good. So I didn't want to go away without saying that the fabrics themselves are just fantastic and so comfortable.
Well, and Linda, you have to, like, we got our boxes the same time, you guys. So you have to
did.
hear the story. So Linda's in Washington, I'm in LA. So we get these boxes and we're on the texting. Did you get the box? I got the box. Did you get what's in your box? And then we go to the bathroom and I'm in the bathroom like, look at me.
So am I.
How's this? And we're sending selfies back and forth like we're 14 years old and we're just a few years past 14. But
only a few.
So much fun. I mean, I will laugh just from that memory alone.
Right.
And it never gets old. That's what it is like every single day at my house. The UPS man, I can hear the beep, beep, beep. We're on the same basis. His name is Jim, and he texts me when he's on his way. So you can imagine how many boxes arrive at our house. And it never gets old. I feel the same excitement about those first boxes that arrived 4 years ago as I did yesterday when he brought me boxes, because it just never gets old. And it's that like sunshine in a box and that excitement and happiness that I know that I want to keep everything in there. So I can't wait to share it with other people, and because I want them to feel that same way.
Well, and we're here from all over the country experiencing the same thing. It's like, it's true. It's like the UPS truck is like the ice cream truck for adults, like you hear it coming up my canyon, like, and I'm like, ooh, here comes my box, like of whatever. I mean, it's little things that we do to make a difference in our day. This isn't rocket science. Nobody's asking you to spend $1 million. You don't have to be a size 0. You don't have to look like a beauty queen. You can actually do something that lets your inner beauty shine. And Nikki, I want to just go to you before we wrap up today's show. Can we talk a little bit about that inner beauty that LuLaRoe brings out?
Definitely. As we were mentioning a little bit earlier, one of the main goals, aside from like seeing how we could help the retailers achieve their success, is how can we provide confidence to these women to feel beautiful each day, and providing all these types of different selling tools and just motivation to make everyone feel great. Like, it is so amazing that you have someone that could be an extra, extra small and someone that's an extra large wearing the same exact dress, fitting exactly the same way, hitting you in the same areas, and we both will all look incredible, and that's really what it is. Confidence is huge here. And as women, I know we all struggle sometimes here and there about how we feel and like on a daily basis, but this place really tries to really push on that. And again, it's so great.
Well, it's the community too. Like when I went like this and showed you guys my shirt, everybody smiled. Like Rachel's smiling, Lindsay's smiling, Linda's smiling, Nikki's smiling. Like we're all smiling. Like as women, we need community. We need fellowship. We need that validation and support. And we're not, dogging the men or the sons in our life. But, I walk in with my new LuLaRoe on and I have 2 teenage boys now. And I'm like, guys, how do I look? And they're like, Good. Like, that does not make me feel good. You know, I need that validation from other women, and I get that from you guys. I want to thank you today for being on the show. Now, there's 2 episodes of this. There's Finding Happiness in Challenging Times, so you want to Google that so you can watch and listen to that. And today's episode is about choosing happiness, and making the choices to be happy are different for everybody. But one thing we can all agree on is when you put something on and you feel fabulous, your day is just going to rock. So we'll be back again next week.
Thanks for spending time with us today on Military Mom Talk Radio. We've got more than 200 episodes available to you anytime on iTunes or at our website, militarymomtalkradio.com. Find us on Facebook or Twitter. We look forward to another great conversation with you on Military Mom Talk Radio.